Hey guys, today I am going to teach you how to do a very simple JavaScript program. This is the second episode in my series of learning to use JavaScript. The first one we covered all of the basic HTML that we need to write a JavaScript program. So if you missed that one, go back and check it out. But for this, I have a prompt for a program, and I'm going to write this program and let you guys follow along with me, and I'll explain the little pieces and how they interconnect as we go. So our prompt for today is to write a program in HTML and JavaScript that will cause a pop-up window to come up and say, I am a programmer, when the user clicks a button. Because once we get this programmed and we click that button, we will be programmers. It's going to be official. We will have programmed. So, first thing we need is your code editor. I'm using brackets. I have all of this already done up. This is just all the basic HTML that we need to write a program in JavaScript. This is what I talked about in the last video. If you missed that, go see it. The only thing I've changed is for my title tags, I put my first JavaScript program. Now I have this file also loaded up in Google Chrome. You can see here there's nothing on it except the title, my first JavaScript program. So we'll be switching back and forth between these so I can show you what it is that we're doing and how it's affecting the page.
Alright, so the very first thing that we have to do to write this program is we have to create a button. Now that button is actually going to be done through the HTML, but it's going to connect to the JavaScript, so I'll explain that. Since we want it to show up on the page and people to be able to see it so they can click the button, we're going to put it in between the body tags. The body is what is going to show up on the web page. So here in between the body tags, we're going to start a button tag. It's going to be less than, button, button, greater than. And now it automatically creates our button closing tag as well. But this in itself is not sufficient. We actually have to add a few attributes into the opening button tag. To my knowledge, you don't put attributes in the closing tag, so usually just in the opening tag. So after button, we're going to put a space, and we're going to do a type attribute. So type, and then equals. Now there's a couple different types of buttons that gives you examples here, but we're going to just use buttons. So single quotes or double quotes, button. Now it's like, it's a button. Shouldn't it just know it's a button? Yes, but as you saw earlier, there's like reset and other types of buttons. This is just a generic button with me saying, I want it to be able to be clicked, and I'm going to tell it what to do when it is clicked. And how we tell it what to do is another attribute. It's called, on click. So space, on click, equals single quotes. So when it is clicked, I want it to perform this. Now in here, we're going to write the name of a function. We have not written a function yet, so we're not going to put anything in there, but stay tuned. And then in between the opening and closing button tags, we are going to place whatever we want. We don't have to place anything if we don't want to, but what's going to be here is on the actual button, whatever we write here will be written. So we can write press me. Now we'll hit file, save, go to this file that's loaded up in Chrome, and we'll hit refresh, and now there's a button that says press me. And now let's press it. Nothing happens because when we press it, it's going to on-click, and it's like, oh, I don't have any functions to perform, so I'm not going to do anything. So to create that function, we can come in here in between the script tags, and we can create a function. Now, how to create a function is type function. Pretty simple. And then you name the function. Now, we are going to name this function apple juice. Why? I have no idea. You can make it up whatever you want. I chose apple juice. Now, there is a weird thing in programming. I have no idea why, but in a lot of like names, if it's multiple words or function names, whatever, they don't capitalize the very first letter of the first word, but they do capitalize the first letter of other words. I don't really know why. I don't really care, but I just know if you don't do it that way, other programmers will make fun of you. And I have enough drama in my life to worry about that. So I will do it. I will concede. And then we're going to put opening and closing parentheses. And then opening and closing squiggly bracket things. My teacher liked to call them curly braces, so that's probably what I'll call them. Now, when you first open up your program in Google Chrome or Firefox or whatever browser, it immediately starts running the program and going through all of the code and executing everything that you've done, unless you have it put in a function. Now, it's not going to run anything in this function until whatever we have set to start the function is started. And for us, that is the button being clicked is what's going to start the function. This is the first domino, and here's the second domino, and it will run through everything that's inside of here. Right now, we don't have anything inside of there. Oh, I forgot. So it still doesn't know which function that we want it to run. So we can come here, copy and paste this, or just type it out. Make sure to include the beginning and closing parentheses, but not the curly brace. So we can copy that, come in here, paste, and now it's like, when the button's clicked, it's like, oh, what do I do? I'm going to run this function. Cool. So it comes up here, and we have to put something in here for it to run. So we're actually going to access another function. You can run functions within functions, and there are some functions that are pre-programmed into the language. To do a pop-up, you can use an alert function that's already a part of everything. So you just type alert, opening and closing parentheses, and then you have to do single quotes or double quotes. I usually do single, like I said. And now in here, we're going to type whatever we want to be alerted. So I'm going to write, I am a programmer. And definitely not a typist, because I'm not very good at that. Now, let's check it out. File, save. Come back here. Nothing's going to happen until we refresh it. Boom. Right here. I am a programmer. That is mission complete. I do want to show you something else really quick. Okay. Also, it works as many times as you want, so that's fun. But if you come back here, if you take this out of the function, I copied that, and I'm going to go before the function, and I'll put that there. Then, if we check this out, save, come back here, and refresh it, it's automatically going to come up. As soon as this page is opened, it's going to alert. Because, like I said earlier, when you open the page, it just starts going down and loading everything. And since this alert is not within a function, it's just going to go. But we can move it back down here within the function in between the curly braces. So if they click the button, says what do I do? Run apple juice function. Comes up here, what is an apple juice function? Oh, there's an alert that says I'm a programmer. So I'll save. Come back to here. I'm a programmer. Boom. This is a super, super simple program to run, but it's hard if you haven't done any programming before. So I'm going to do a bunch of these, a bunch of programs that you can start from scratch, try to do yourself after watching the video. You can pause after my prompt and try to create it yourself, and then come back here and see what you missed. But I'm going to be doing a ton of these, and if you want to learn to code along with me, that would be great. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have a website up soon. I've just been busy with work and school and all that stuff. But I'm excited, and I'm learning a ton doing this as well, and I know you guys will learn a ton.